What up, YouTube? It's been a while. I haven't talked about this bike in over a year. So, yesterday I got inspired. It was haunting me. My track bike that I've been riding it's doing all right, but I need to service the bottom bracket. The Light Pro is kind of getting crunchy, so I got a Shimano SP 500 something. I don't know. We'll talk about that one later. So yeah, I had this Univega Specialissima or Specialissimo, and I just kind of wanted to build it up, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. It just doesn't feel right. Last year I made a recording about how I found it. The tires were flat and totally messed up. Had some pretty bogus pedals on it. The seat was disgusting. And yeah, it had suicide brake levers. But yeah, so what I ended up doing was overhauling it just with stuff that I have to make it usable. And I have some bigger ideas for the future for this bike. But for now, it is what it is. I do have a seat post coming in. The original seat post, which is right here, was far too short for me. It is an SR, so this was a Suntour, I believe, or is SR Suntour, Sake maybe. But I had another one, Laprade, Laprade. I had another one of them, which was longer, but it's a 26.6, and the original is a 26.8. So it's too small. I have it just cinched enough to hold it, but I don't want to stress out the binder bolts. So I have an Uno coming in from eBay, like $20. It'll be 350 mil, so quite a bit longer. Frame's a little too small for me, but that's all right. I'll get into the saddle here in a minute. The charge seat, charge spoon comfort, and yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. MKS pedals, I put them on everything with cages and Soma straps, just something I had laying around, kind of just classy. The bars I had on a Royce Union, they're just old vintage walled. They're not quite mustache bars, not quite, they're just like a cruiser bar. They don't feel proper. I just missed out on a Nitto Promenade for $30 on eBay, which I'm really bummed about, but I'm looking at some Velo Orange Left Bank, I think they're called. They kind of come up like the Nitto Pursuit bullhorns, but like flipped. They have like an up sweep and then they're straight back. So I really like a upright sitting position. I'm in my 30s now and my back's kind of hurting, so the higher up I can get, it's not quite a Jaguar Slam stem or anything, but the higher up I get, the better. So went with the walled for now. Some disgusting foam grips on it and XLC brakes. I took the brake housing and cables off of that Royce Union and threw it on this guy just to get me rolling. It had the original Cool Stop pads. I need to get the dual compounds once I save up some money. So there's like little things that do need to be upgraded on this guy. I have Kedna Quicks. I think they rebranded them to Kedna Cross, but these are real old. I used these back in college. The front one's decent. They are 27-inch wheels. The back one is dry rot. So I don't know if I'm going to replace the back one because I'm cheap with another Kedna Cross, or save up and get Schwalbe Marathon green strip protection, true touring tires. Now these are 27-inch, and the bike feels weird to me. I've ridden 27-inch before, but I'm much more of a 700C kind of guy. I do have spare 700C wheels laying around, but I am not really stoked on changing everything out. I do like that the... are these Diacomps? Yeah, the Diacomp Canties work natively, and I don't really want to lower them and change all that out. So probably sticking with the 27-inch. Kind of leaning towards those Marathons versus these Kednas. It just doesn't feel right. Another thing, the down tube shifters are cool and all, and the triple chainring in front is useful because this is basically a Miata 1000. People in the comments said last video. But I don't really like 3 chain rings in the front because I'm a hipster. So I'm thinking about ditching the smallest and the tallest and keeping the middle one and pushing it out. Going single chainring and ditching this front derailleur, and then ditching this down tube shifter and putting a single thumb shifter or bar end. So with the Velo Orange left bank, if anybody has any experience, would you recommend a single bar end for my rear derailleur or a thumb shifter? The other option is putting a stem shifter, but I believe this is friction. It's not index. So I'm kind of leaning towards the classic bar end. But keeping this kind of old school. Definitely keeping this rear rack. I did buy a Rock Bros rear pannier for it for $40 on eBay. My current commuting track bike has a Sonic bag from Etsy front bag, and it's been a game changer. Not riding with a backpack has really saved my back. So I'm going to rock a single pannier on the back. I saw Second Life Bikes was running one of those, so I picked one up for $40. It's waterproof, and I'm going to try out a rear rack. And if I like it, I'll buy a second one. I bought it in silver, just like him, which is pretty cool. They did come in blue and black, but I don't know, kind of keeping it all the accessories silver. When I change out those bars and decide what I'm doing with the shifter situation, I'm going to get silver Jaguar cables and housing and redo all the cables. I'll repack the bearings when the wheels come in. They're okay. Araya rims I'm kind of stoked on. And I'll probably relace the front to an H Sun Plus. What do they call that? Power dynamo hub. And then I'll always have front lights going. So that'll be interesting. That's down the line. I think I'm going to put a walled 137 basket on the front. They usually come with axle mount, but I'll just cut it and then drill it for the eyelets. I do have these. My framing's off now. I do have these front and rear 27-inch rusty fenders. The inside of them, I don't know if you can see it. The inside of it is where the mount is, and it does interfere. So I will probably swap the legs out for something that is compatible with eyelets rather than axle. This would be the front, and try to just salvage what I have. I'm not trying to spend a lot of money on this bike. $40 for the handlebars, $80 for the tires is already a little much for what I wanted to do. But I think that since I've ridden it, it just doesn't feel right. So refreshing the bars, getting some nice grips. I already got the new saddle, and probably get a new chain. It's tired and old and feels weird. So I think that the bare minimum of those things will help it. It's Suntour Cyclone. The rear cassette is pretty old. It seems to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only a 5-speed, so maybe it's not a great idea, me making it a 1x5, but it is what it is. I just don't see myself using the front derailleur, at least in this configuration. Maybe if I buy a 2-pack of thumb shifters, maybe it would be stupid to get rid of it. And maybe I should just rock the dual shifters. I'll ride it as is for a while and see if having the front chainring be this way is good. If I'm going to start putting a front rack and bags on it and stuff, maybe I do want that front derailleur. So it's there. I don't have to remove it. It's just something I'm toying with. So if you have any input on that, if you have any input on the bars, should I go with the Nittos or should I get the Arvelo Orange Cool, the left bank ones? Soma makes some really cool handlebars. They're just out of my price range. I'm not looking to spend more than $50. So that's basically it. Just waiting on that Uno seat post to come in so I don't hurt the seat post clamps. I'll probably just rock this as is for now, get a feel for it before I decide on what exactly I'm doing. I could modernize with 700C wheels, but I don't really want to go that direction. I kind of want to keep it 27 and just put full fenders on it and then see what happens. As is, it just feels weird. It's originally, maybe I should have stuck with this, but originally I was going to just put these risers on it. I mean, I guess it didn't really change all that much, so maybe I should have just kept these on. But I don't know. It feels wrong. There's something weird about this bike. Maybe it's the 27-inch wheels. I know I keep saying that it's a little weird. The drivetrain is like real sluggish too. It could just be that I'm used to like. I ride 1/8 inch chain. It looks like this is 1/8 inch versus 3/32, but like I don't know. There's just something about this bike. It feels a little mushy, or maybe it's the geometry. Yeah, it could be the tires too. These tires are real old. There's a lot of dry rot on them, and I do ride these as they were known, the Kedna Quick, or Quest? No, Quick. Yeah, KWICK is what they used to be called. I've ridden them on tons of bikes. My current commuter is rocking them in 700C. I don't know why this bike feels so weird. I'm really not sure. It's another thing too that kind of bums me out is I've looked at a lot of photos of the Specialissima, which is that Miata rebadged. So this is a Univega, but the Miata 1000. A lot of these Univegas and the Miatas have a boss here for rack mounts. So then, like, say I get that 137, it would be nice and clean to be mounted right here. I even have a front pannier rack on another bike that would be compatible if I had that. I don't know about drilling these out. It could compromise the forks, so I probably shouldn't mess with that. Putting a braze on in there would be really sick, but I don't know if that's a great idea. But yeah, this is the Univega as it stands. It's getting there. I mean, at least I can ride it now. Well, minus the seat post. But maybe it's like the dork disc and like... I don't know. There's just something weird about this bike right now. I don't want it to be super modern, but there's certain like modern amenities or a certain like it's just mushy. That's the best way to describe it. It's mushy. When I'm like steering, like I was turning it around after a test ride, and it just like kind of steered like a boat, I guess this is as good as the time as any. I'll probably make another video on this, but these charge saddles. So I've been riding a Brooks C17, one of those cadmium composite ones. I have a really nice leather one around here somewhere. Yeah, it's like down there or something. Actually, it's right there. Either way, I have a really nice leather one. Not a B17. It's not a Swift. Might be a Swallow. Maybe it is a Swift. Either way, I do have a really nice saddle for another touring bike. I've been like a dream build one, so I've been apprehensive to use it. But the C17 was really hurting. I only commute 14 miles a day, about just under 15 miles, and gosh, like it really hurts. So I took Second Life's bike's recommendation on the charged spoon. I've been wanting to try it out for a long time. This is the comfort version because at Sierra Trading Post, I ended up, here I'll show you. I ended up getting into longboarding, and I bought a really sick globe board, but Sierra Trade Post had this Arbor for like, it was like $170 board I got for like $60 or $50. But I needed, and it has Paris trucks and everything, but I needed $80 to qualify for free shipping. So I looked and they had, let me stash this here. So I wanted to get the free shipping with the board, and they had these charged spoon comforts, and I'd been wanting to try them for a while, and they were originally $30, and I got this for $10, so it was a third off. I ended up getting 3 of them, so I put one on my commuting track bike, one on this one, and I have one over there in the parts rack for another bike, and it's super comfortable. After 3 days of commuting on it, no soreness, super comfy. I kind of sit further back on the haunch. This is the comfort in the spoon comfort, and Second Life just says regular spoon, but this is all they had in stock for that sale, and it's been great. I don't really like how high it is. I know that's like an aesthetic thing, but it has changed my riding position. On all my seat posts have had to come down just a slight hair. Like that Brooks was a very nice, sleeker profile. I prefer the aesthetics of the Brooks, but the comfort of this charge is so much better. The only caveat here, and maybe this is why they were on clearance, I don't know if you see under here, I'll make another video of this, but I can like rotate this, and this is what happened was I was riding, and I don't know why, but this rotated, the nose of it, and I'll get a close-up shot for you, but it is so sharp. Like, why did they do this? And it like stabbed me in the leg, and I'm really lucky I didn't like actually draw blood or anything, but like, what a design flaw. So what I'm going to do is take JB Weld 2-part epoxy, and I'm going to slide it out, and I'm going to put some JB Weld in there, and then hopefully that will firm up and not pivot again. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe that's why it was on clearance. But if you end up getting a charged spoon Comfort Plus, I don't know what exactly it's called. Here, it's right here actually. Comfort Saddle Charge Spoon Plus. Yeah, it was the Plus. If you end up getting this, be careful of that front piece because it can stab you in the leg. It was very uncomfortable. I looked down. I was like, what is going on? Did I get stung by a bee? And no, it just, the saddle stabbed me in the leg. So be careful of that. Anyway, this is the Univega Specialissima. I guess this is like version 2.0. Version 3 will probably have the Schwalbe Marathons, the Velo Orange left banks, some configuration of thumb or bar end shifters. I would like to get integrated ones and drill holes in the bars if I do that. Do I go 1-by or do I keep it 3-speed in the front? That is the question I have for you guys, and we will report on the Rock Bros Pannier. Hopefully that works out, because I like to carry an extra layer, my rain layer, or some snacks when I go to work. I'm a huge fan of getting that bag off my back, so even the Wald 137 and throwing my backpack in the front would be really nice. One thing I'm concerned about with the Rock Bros, I don't commute in a city or anything, so it's not that big of a deal, but suppose you can just lift the handle and the thing comes right off, which is convenient for certain people in certain applications, but I think that might be a bit of a security risk. I'm not too paranoid about it. I don't even lock my bike anywhere around here because I don't go anywhere like that. It's all private residences and stuff that I bike to. But that is a bit of a concern for me. Say I was grocery shopping, I guess I'm just going to take the bag with me. So that's actually kind of convenient. But that is a bit of a concern. But yeah, this is the bike I've been working on, and hope you all enjoyed, and hope you're riding. It's super cold out here, but it's been nice riding weather. So catch you on the next episode. Hopefully with this upgraded, or we'll talk about the track bike a little bit. Just got to replace that bottom bracket, and we should be right as rain. So peace, guys.